And here on Let's Learn English, Let's Learn Spanish TV, I have a special interview from a person, university graduate, who recently came back from the continent of Africa. And I'll let her explain to you what country she traveled to, and I'll let her tell you who she is, and she can give you a little introduction of herself. So on the show today, I have a special invited guest. Her name is Najee. Najee, how are you today?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing great. And once again, I want to thank you for taking this interview and your time recently back from the continent of Africa. And which countries did you travel to?
I traveled to Cameroon and Gabon. We stayed in Cameroon for the majority of the time. We were in Gabon for only 2 days.
Okay. Great. So before we begin, just tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit of background about who you are, okay?
Well, my name is Najee. I am, do they call you Mr. Domain?
You can call me May.
Oh, they call you Maine. I'm his
Domain.
niece.
Thank you.
As he mentioned, I recently graduated from the University of Maryland, and I traveled to Cameroon with my boyfriend. That's where his family's from. So we were there to meet some of his, or a lot of his family members, because a lot of them are back over there. And his mom lives in Gabon, so that's why we went to Gabon as well. And we were there for close to 3 weeks.
Okay, great. Awesome. So he's originally from Cameroon, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And his mother lives in Gabon.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Now, is she from Gabon or is she from Cameroon and she migrated to Gabon?
Yeah, she's from Cameroon and went to Gabon.
Okay, nice. And that's a neighboring country, or how far does it take, or how long does it take to get to from Cameroon to Gabon?
From the city we left from Douala, which is in the northern part of Cameroon, and it was a 1-hour plane ride to get to Libreville, Gabon.
Okay. All right, awesome. Okay, so before we get into your time in Cameroon and Gabon, let's just talk about where you left from and how long did it take, and any connecting flights that you made when you were traveling to Cameroon and Gabon.
Mm-hmm. So we left from the Dulles Airport in Washington, D.C. We took Turkish Airlines, so we had a layover in Turkey. And both flights, the way there, it was about a little over 9 hours to get to Turkey and about 9 hours to get to Cameroon as well. But on the way back, it only took 6 hours to get to Turkey. And then the flight back from Turkey to DC was 11 hours.
Whoa, okay. So we're looking 9 and 9, 18, and then 6 and 11, 17.
Mm-hmm.
That's a long time to be on a plane.
It is.
Yes, that's a long time to be on a plane. So what would you say as far as making someone, how could they make themselves comfortable when they have to be on a plane for that long? What would you recommend or suggest?
What do I recommend? Definitely wearing comfortable clothes. I know some people like to wear their nicest clothes on the plane so that they don't get lost in their luggages, but with a plane ride that long, maybe put your fancy clothes in your carry-on and wear something very comfortable, because there's not that much space and you want to, feel loose and relaxed.
Right.
So take advantage of any movies or games that they have on the plane. That's what I did. Also, I tried to stay awake during the day before getting on the plane. So when I got on the plane, I could sleep as much as possible. The time would go by faster. So that helped. And luckily, with long plane rides like that, they give you meals. So that's something to look forward to as well. But the biggest thing, just dress comfortably.
Okay, dress comfortably, good movies, and good meals to watch. All right, awesome.
Also, if you're able to pick your seat, choose an aisle seat. So you do not have to keep asking people to get up to use the bathroom.
So were you able to pick your seat, and did you choose an aisle seat?
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say you weren't the victim of someone sitting to the right of you or left of you asking you to get up every 20, 30 minutes, were you?
Yeah. No. That did not happen. Yeah.
Good, cool, awesome. Okay, so leaving Turkish Airways. What was the first country you landed in? It was Cameroon, correct?
Yeah, we landed in Cameroon and Yaoundé, which
Yaoundé,
is,
Cameroon.
I believe that's the capital of Cameroon.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. And
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
where a majority of Frank's family is located. So we got there and we stayed at a hotel that's owned by his father. So
Oh,
luckily we
okay.
didn't have to pay for somewhere to live.
Nice. That's a hookup.
Yeah, it sure was. It helped out a lot. And it was so nice. And um, the first very different thing that I noticed once we got to the hotel is that in the bathroom, there's no separation between the shower and tub versus the toilet. The bathroom just has the toilet, the sink, and then a drain in the center with a shower head. So everything just goes down together.
Okay. Now, when you say everything goes down together, they have the toilet, but you flush the toilet, and that goes down the
Oh,
toilet. But you mean as far as the floor there, it just has a drain in the middle, right?
yeah.
And then when you're taking a shower, it's not like a separated curtain or anything like that. All right.
Yeah.
So if you leave your toothbrush in the bathroom, then the toothbrush is gonna, get the shower gel or whatever you have and taking a shower, kind of sort of
You're
something
not
like
careful,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, if you're not careful. Okay, okay, all
But
right, all
there's
right.
enough space in there for that to not happen unless you're intentionally just throwing stuff everywhere.
Yeah, well, some people can be a little bit careless,
Yeah.
needless to say. All right, nice, nice. Okay. All right, and let's see. So we're in Cameroon, and you said the city name. Say the city name for me again, please.
It's Yaoundé.
Yaoundé.
Yes.
Okay, good. So we're in Yaoundé, Cameroon. And what time did you get there? Early morning, afternoon, evening?
We got there, it was 1 a.m. in Cameroon.
Oh,
Conectando culturas a través del lenguaje, creando solidaridad.
go ahead. Your first day in Yaoundé, Cameroon. What did you do? What did you see?
Today, we did so many things throughout that trip. I would say, what did we do? I think the first day we went to visit family members, but what happened? I definitely want to talk about the driving there is extremely different from the United States. There are taxis and motorcycles everywhere. There are no lanes on the road. So you kind of there's a left and right, of course, people going both ways, but traffic is constantly moving. Like if there's even 5 inches of space, a car will move up into that space, and trying to merge in front of other cars is extremely difficult. So these drivers are very aggressive. What else? Oh, and then a lot of the roads are not paved. So they're dirt roads, and there's a lot of like holes in the road and stuff. So you really have to maneuver the roads well unless you want to bust a tire. And the other thing was the heat. So we arrived January 6th. Here in the United States where I live, it's freezing cold on January 6th. But once we got there, it was so, so, so hot. So as soon as I step outside the hotel, I start sweating every single day. Because it's just, I think the average temperature was probably 90 degrees Fahrenheit every single day, maybe like 29 degrees Celsius. So, yeah, but every single day Frank drove. He's pretty good at maneuvering the streets there. So we just went to see a lot of different family members. We got food from some bakeries, some restaurants, a lot of different places. But every day was mainly going to visit a lot of family members, and we would be out from the morning until probably 8 p.m., 10 p.m., and then go to sleep and get ready for the next day.
Okay, good. Now, I want to mention we have a special story to tell at the end about your almost deportation, correct?
Mm-hmm,
Okay,
yes.
so we'll save that to the end. Basically, if I'm correct, just because you have a U.S. passport, you still have to get a visa to enter into certain countries, and without that visa, you can be deported or denied entry. Is that correct?
That is
Okay.
correct.
All right,
Cameroon
good.
and Gabon, those are two of the countries that are like that. I think majority of African countries are like that.
Okay, okay. All right. Now, before we go into that, let me ask you a quick question. Did you get your visa before you left the US or did you get it on arrival?
No, I got the visa beforehand. Um, yep, I went to the Cameroonian embassy to get the Cameroon visa and the Gabonese embassy to get the Gabonese visa. It was
Okay.
pretty quick process. Just make sure you do it at least a month beforehand, because if you
Okay.
want to get your passport shipped back to you, you want to make sure there's enough time. And we did this in the end of November, which is around the holidays. There's Christmas coming and New Year's.
Okay. Yes, yes, yes.
Get everything before any holidays, so there's no delay before your trip.
Okay, cool. Nice, nice. Awesome. Awesome. Now, as far as seeing family, visiting, and this is where we're going to ask a few questions about the culture. So tell me, what languages do they speak there in Cameroon?
Cameroon is bilingual. They speak French and English, but
Okay.
the part that Frank grew up in, they mainly speak French. So most of his family members that we met, they only spoke French. And Frank had to be the translator because
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't know very much French at all.
Okay. Well, I
Yeah,
guess that means you're going to be learning to speak French.
I sure will. All those years of
Okay.
Spanish.
Oh,
And
well. Okay, well, it should help you, because I know a few phrases in French, and when I hear the French, some of the phrases I'm not fully fluent in French like I am in Spanish and other languages, but similarities between the language structure of Spanish and French will definitely help you a lot, definitely help you a lot.
that did help. That was when I would listen to conversations between Frank and his family members. As you said, a lot of the words are similar, so I would be able to understand what they said when we would ask me questions, but I would have to respond in English.
Right, right, right. And he could translate to you in French. He could translate for you in French. Nice, nice, awesome, awesome. Okay, so let's see. Let's talk about the foods. What type of foods do they have? And tell me all about the spices because I like rich food. I love to cook with a lot of spices. So tell me all about
Is amazing. The spices are, I don't know what spices they use,
it. Mhm.
but I do know that it's different from what we use in the States because everything tastes different. There's a lot of people eat a lot of plantains, they eat a lot of meat, whether it be chicken, beef, goat, lamb as well. They eat, I'm not sure if it was spinach, they call it legumes, but
Okay,
it's
yes, yeah, yeah.
spinach, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it's in Spanish, legumbres, something like that. Not
Mhm.
exactly sure with all my vegetables in Spanish, but I think, yeah, legumes, that sounds like, and it's greenish, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Good, nice, nice, nice. So, which food do you prefer, the Cameroonian food or the US food?
I prefer the Cameroonian food, but while I was there, I did get sick. I'm not sure if it's from the food or something else. The food was delicious, but I have to take
Uh-huh.
it slow.
Right, right, right.
My stomach is used to the stuff that I eat here, not what I ate in Cameroon and
Okay,
Gabon.
okay, okay. I understand. I understand. So, how long were you sick, and did you buy any antibiotics to, knock out the bacteria in your inside?
No, I was sick for about a day and a half, but
Okay,
after everything had came out, I felt so much better.
okay.
The only medication I was on was the anti-malaria
Right,
medication
right, right.
that I got
Okay,
for malaria. And I didn't take any other medication while I was there. Yeah.
okay, awesome. That brings up to a good point. You said you had to take anti-malaria medication. Did you have to receive any type of special shots to get to Cameroon and Gabon, like
Oh,
yellow fever or malaria shots?
yeah. I had to get the yellow fever one
Okay,
beforehand. What else? You do have to be vaccinated against, I think it's meningitis and hepatitis, but those are
okay,
common vaccines we get as children here in the United
okay,
States.
okay.
But the only one I had to get recently was yellow fever for sure. And
Yellow
luckily
fever.
that will last for 10 years. So if I want to go back anytime, I have up to 10 years to do it.
Okay, awesome. Did you have any side effects from getting the yellow fever vaccination?
No.
Okay, cool, cool. You know, we're now in a time period with the COVID vaccination, the COVID
Oh,
vaxxers and the anti-vaxxers, but I'm not going to get into that too much. Just, yeah, just curious to know about yellow fever vaccination. And it's
yeah.
interesting that we're in this time period about the COVID vaccination battlers. But anyway, that's another story, another episode. We're not getting into that here on this episode. We spoke about food, we spoke about culture, we spoke about language. What about the music? What about dance? What about any type of party scene? Did you
Oh,
go?
the music is very, I feel like all of the music is music you can dance to. It's all upbeat. It's some is fast paced, some is a little bit slower. And there's this one genre, I think it's called Mobolo or something like that. It's very common in clubs. That's the most common like dance type of music that they have. And all the music that I heard on the radio and in public places were in French as well, because we were staying on the French side. And yeah, they have some good music. That's all I can say. There was one lounge that we went to in the evening that was playing English and French music, but it was all like Afro beats.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So Afro beats is a big thing over there in the party scene.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good, nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and go into a bit about Gabon. Is it Gabon or Gabon?
It just depends on the accent.
Okay,
It's
okay,
Gabon, I guess in Spanish. I don't know. In
okay,
English, you
okay,
can say Gabon or Gabon.
okay. All right, awesome. All right, so when did you go to Gabon and how long were you there? Tell us a little bit about that.
So the exact dates, I don't remember. We left from Cameroon to Gabon in the morning of one day. We stayed that whole day, the next whole day, and then the third day, we left from Gabon to come back to Cameroon. And the first thing that I noticed about Gabon is once we got out of the airport, there was a KFC, which I was surprised to see. I didn't see any American restaurants or stores when we were in Yaoundé or Douala in Cameroon. The roads are much cleaner. They have lines to separate the left side and the right side, and there seems to be less traffic. There's a lot less motorbikes, less taxis. And when I was talking to my boyfriend about it, he was just saying it's because Gabon has a smaller population than Cameroon. And things are more expensive in Gabon compared to Cameroon. And I think you can see that in the way the country looks, or at least the way Libreville looks compared to the other capital of Yaoundé in Cameroon. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So you're in Gabon and you said it looks more expensive. What would you say? Did you get a chance to go by the KFC and order any food or anything like that? No, you said you wouldn't mess with that. You can get that when you get back, right?
Exactly. Yes. I
Yeah,
needed real stuff.
I'm that same way. When I travel outside the US, I'm not looking for any US restaurants. I can get that when I get back to the US. But you said more expensive. What would you say an average meal, if you bought it in a restaurant, would cost you compared to, living in the States?
An average meal. Let me think. I would have to convert because I think the average meal, I'm not sure for Gabon, to be honest, but for Cameroon, I know we paid 18,000 francs CFA for a meal in Cameroon, and it's about 580 francs CFA is $1. It varies from
Okay.
day to day. So that would probably be $9 for a meal at a
Okay.
restaurant.
Okay, and that's per person, correct?
Yes, per person.
Okay, that's too bad. So you can get a good, decent meal, and that includes drinks and all types of sides, right?
Yes.
And okay, so you can go on a decent dinner date for under $25 and
You
come
sure
up.
can.
Oh wow, interesting. Imagine in the US.
And yeah, if you're going to the store to buy ingredients to make stuff at home, it will be way cheaper.
Okay, nice. Did you get a chance to learn to cook any new dishes that you learned from there, or anything like that? Did you do any
Oh,
cooking?
not while we're there. No.
Okay,
But
okay, okay,
sometimes I get to cook with Frank's sister who lives in Maryland.
okay.
I know a couple of Cameroonian dishes.
Nice, nice, nice. Awesome, awesome. All right. So the next time I get back to the States, I'll be looking for you to try something out.
Sounds good.
All right. All right. So let's see here. I'm gonna pretty much wrap this up. I'm not gonna keep you on too much longer. I think 30 minutes is a good time limit. But let's see. Question for you. You know, people always want to know, they want to be safe and they want to be secure and they want to make sure they cross their T's and dot their I's. Since you're an experienced traveler and you're recently back, what would you say people should look out for? What should they make sure they cover the basis as far as traveling to Cameroon and Gabon?
The first thing is, if you don't speak French, go with someone who speaks French. The next thing is make sure you keep copies of your important documents, your visa and passport at the place that you're staying and back home wherever you live. And you can either take the copy with you everywhere or take your real one with you everywhere. Another thing is, when you're walking on the streets, if you're holding a bag or something, hold it in front of you, or make sure you have your hand around it so no one can take it from you. Especially if you're going to crowded places, because during this time, I don't know if you know about the African Cup of Nations. Do you know about that?
That's the, well, we say football in the United States, you say soccer. Are you talking about that?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, yes, yes, yes,
A
yes.
large soccer tournament. So this year it was hosted in Cameroon and we got to go to one of the games.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, when you're leaving the game, everybody's leaving. It's very, very crowded. So I just had to make sure I had my bag in front of me, holding onto it tight. What else? What else? I think that's about it. Just be very observant about your surroundings.
Okay.
That's the most important. Make sure you know your embassy phone number, just in case anything happens. Try and get it located as well.
All right.
And I think that covers the basics.
All right. So this is kind of a silly question. Would you go back?
Oh yes, I would go back tomorrow.
Okay, okay. So you didn't, you know, a lot of people are not familiar with interacting with people from African nations. So you didn't feel out of place. You didn't feel like someone was trying to, you know, how would I describe it? Spite you maybe because you were from the United States as opposed to being from an African country. You felt right at home. You didn't feel out of place at any time?
No, I didn't feel out of place. I think the only thing was with the language barrier.
Okay.
For example, towards the end of the trip, Frank and I went to the stores for me to try and buy things to bring back home for family as gifts.
Right, right.
But once I started speaking, the store owner came over to me and was trying to like up the price of certain items.
Okay.
American accent.
Okay.
That was the only thing that happened.
Okay, yeah, you got to be careful with that in a lot of countries too, especially depending on what city you land in the country. Yeah, that happened. I was just recently in I went to Cartagena. I'm currently in Medellin. I went to Cartagena, and you know the taxi drivers were trying to up prices on us, but we would, you know, we had slammed the door and walk off. Then they say, okay, 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 come. So for instance, we were staying in a place called Boca Grande, and we wanted to go to the old city. And then one taxi driver told us 15,000 pesos. He said, yeah, it's 15,000 because, you know, it's after 9 o'clock at night. And we're like, no, 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 no. We slammed the door and walked off. And he was like, told the other guy, and he was like, well, he said 10. He was like, okay, okay, 10. So the average trip is costs 10,000 pesos as opposed to 15,000. But they'll try to get you like that. Okay, okay. Yes. Okay, well, first I wanted to go ahead and thank you for your time. And I want to say definitely appreciate you coming on the show today. And I would like to have you back if I get any comments as far as any questions I didn't cover and people want to ask any questions. We'll have a part 2. What do you say about that?
That's wonderful.
All
Should
right,
we
all right.
still talk about the deportation story, or should that be
Oh,
part two?
no, no, no. I was going to get to that now. Okay, so now your story of deportation. You were almost deported. Were you an illegal immigrant or an illegal alien? What's going on? Tell us about your story of deportation.
Yes. So unfortunately, my visa for Cameroon was just a single entry. And as I had mentioned earlier, we went from Cameroon to Gabon in the middle of our vacation and then coming back to Cameroon. So once we got back, there's an officer checking passports and for security reasons and whatnot. So they saw that I only had a single entry and that I had used that already. So me not knowing French, Franck was trying to call people while we were still at the airport. I was trying to call the US Embassy, but I kept getting those automated numbers and whatnot. And the officer was trying to put me back on the plane that I just got taken off of to go back to Gabon. But that plane was going to Qatar, which is, I think the plane ride would have been 9 hours.
Yes.
So it was just a long back and forth. And since I couldn't get on that plane, a different officer at the airport bought me another plane ticket to get on a different flight that's going straight to Gabon. And it was a bunch of back and forth. But luckily, Franck has some connections. So they were able to get me another visa, a temporary visa for one more entry. And I was saved.
Okay, nice, nice. Yeah, you didn't want to go to Qatar. That's a whole another land, that's in the Middle East, UAE, United Arab Emirates, Qatar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. I was wondering, I said, so Qatar, I was going to say, do you have any Arab background or you speak Arabic? Why did they try to send you to Qatar?
Not at all. They really wanted me out of Cameroon. I think that's the only
Wow,
reason.
wow. Okay, okay, yeah, they were really being, crossing their T's and dotting their I's and really being what you would call anal, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't blame them. They were doing their job. That's what's
right,
supposed
right.
to happen because I didn't have the multiple entry visa.
Okay, okay, okay.
Another advice to future travelers, make sure your visas are what you need them to be. Multiple entry, single entry. Look at the dates for however long your visa is so you don't have to leave too early. Double check everything.
Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. Multiple entry visa. So make sure you get a multiple entry visa, not a single entry, if you want to go to a neighboring country and come back in. That's understood. All right. Well, once again, congratulations on your recent graduation. Are you going to be doing graduate studies?
I am physician assistant studies. I'm not sure
Great.
where because I haven't applied.
Okay. Awesome. Nice. Congratulations, and I wish you the best. And once again, Niger, thank you for being here with us today, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you.